win streak going after starting 0-3. What have you seen from this team in the past 2 games outside of just the shot making that's been different from those first 3?
Yeah, I think we've been playing to our identity defensively, being able to force turnovers, being able to win the shot margin. We crashed the glass last game. We won that tonight. Forcing turnovers was a big deal, but we're making shots. So being able to continue to play to our identity, and then when you're making shots, that only helps.
You talk about winning the rebound battle there. Long Island's a team that's got a lot of size and they play so fast. How do you kind of balance crashing the glass with getting back in transition against a team that can run?
Yeah. So a concept that we use is pushes the transition defense at a disadvantage because of our crashing. So when we crash, that takes away from their ability to get out in transition. Every now and then we might give up a layup or two, but the reward of getting extra opportunities on the glass outweigh that, in my opinion. So as long as we're consistent with our habits and crashing, staying on the high side and tagging up, then transition defense should not be a problem for us.
Ron Harper Jr. came up clutch in the second half, 31 points on the game as a total. He's a guy who you even saw last year in Summer League and in training camp with Boston. How have you kind of seen him progress in this Celtic system?
I mean, Ron is, a good player. Being able to score the ball the way he does, being able to impact the game the way he does. For him, I think an area of growth is more on the mental side, and I saw that growth tonight. Being able to recognize, 2-for-1 situations, being able to recognize, when we're in our switching, in our need situation, when we're supposed to switch, when we're not supposed to switch, and that just shows that he's listening. And he's learning. Whenever he's down in Boston with the Celtics, he's learning those habits. So it's big time for him. Like, I think being an NBA player is, of course, about your talent and being able to play, but also from a mindset standpoint. And being around him, I'm starting to see that more and more of him.
Kendall Brown's been a pretty steady scorer for you guys, 24 points tonight. Can you talk about just like the coaching staff's approach to getting him ready to show up consistently every night?
Yeah, Kendall's talented, right? You're not going to see too many guys that can jump the way he does, runs the way he does, to pull up in the paint the way he does. My one challenge to him is when he's not getting 24 points, can he go get 2 or 3 offensive rebounds? He had 2 last game. Today he had 0. So I want to see him get at least 2 offensive rebounds a game. And I think that's only going to make his value go up, is when he's not getting 24 points or when he's not, having the best night on the offense, how can he impact winning? And I think that's the next step for him. So great job tonight by him, but, I definitely feel like there's areas of growth for him.
Another guy who stood out tonight was Cam Warren's coming off the bench, 21 points. Main Celtics fans have seen him do that a couple times last year, come in and provide that instant offense. As a guy who played in the NBA and was coming off the bench and would have to bring the energy, as a coach now, what is it like having a guy like Cam on your team?
Yeah, I mean, it's a back-to-back, right? So, your starters or the guys who are playing majority of the minutes could be a little fatigued, right? But that's why I say team. I think team is something that's what basketball is. Like when somebody's down or when somebody's not giving their best shot, you need your teammate to pick you up. And that's when you got somebody who's coming off the bench like Cam Warren to bring that energy. And I feel like energy, I know energy is contagious. So once he brought that punch, that burst of energy, it jolted us to get back into the game and get things rolling.
You're home for the next 2 weeks after starting the year on the road, kind of bouncing around, and you've got a few days off here. How are you preparing the team to keep this win streak going? Yeah,
so they'll have a day off tomorrow to kind of reset. Guys, we played 3 games in 4 days, so not the easiest schedule. Like I said, tonight was a mental win. Fatigue was real. You see guys cramping up. You see guys starting to argue with the referees or whatever it may be with the other team, but that's just fatigue, right? I think turnovers come from fatigue. I think missed plays, missed box outs come from fatigue. But we were able to get it done tonight, even with the fatigue. So giving these guys a day off tomorrow. We will regroup on Monday, Tuesday, have a couple days of practice, and prepare for our game coming up here next Friday. So it's fun because I think winning these windows of the days off, it's a challenge because you have to manage that. But I feel like our staff is ready for that, and we'll be prepared for our next game.